Welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Do not forget to like, comment, and click the red button below your screen to subscribe on Custom Reports TV.
The custom management has urged small and bigger companies in Lagos to pay custom duty. Also, the custom management also made an appeal to them in Lagos. Also on customs reports, the Contract General of Customs continue to preach to people living along the nation's border to make sure that rice is not smuggled into the country. Plus, more report. I am Egeseme Itinye. Stay tuned. The Assistant Controller General of Customs in charge of Zone A has continued to preach to smaller and bigger companies to pay custom duty in the Western Zone. He made the appeal when he visited some smaller industries in Lagos. He said that the payment of custom duty will further enhance the economic advancement of the country.
Glad to note that you are up to date.
No, we will
So you're my
never
friend.
have a problem with that. I'm glad.
So you are my friend.
I'm honored.
Yeah. Anytime you are my friend. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is fine, clean, and neat. I don't have any reasons to ask the controller to call NAFDAC because from the layman's viewing, their compliance. And I'm particularly glad they're not owing customs. Last month they paid 5.1 million. 5.6. Yeah, 5.6 million, and they're paid and they're not owing. So I give them a handshake because of course we know that the ports, our revenues are dwindling in the port, and so this is our next option to see how we can collect revenue from the excise traders, and we're glad that it's not going. So it's our pleasure. Friends, we're seeing in terms of the revenue they're paying, and they are not even owing the government that they pay as what went to. Their complaints has not as much as the other people, which also shows that they are organized. But what interests us most is that they are not doing customs. They are not doing government. That is my heart. Of course, that's why I came out to see those that are owing us and then to make them to pay. But they are not owing. We thank them for that. I ask them to keep it up so that we always have a handshake. Thank you. Yeah. I also want to advise that as you import, because our desire is that goods should not stay in the ports more than unduly long. And if you are having any challenge, please don't hesitate to contact the command PRO. If it does not work, then call on the custom area controller. If it does not work, then come to the zonal coordinator. If it does not work, then we go to Abuja By the time you go to the PRO and the customer controller, I'm sure your problem, the matter will be handled. Or by the time you come to general coordinator. But the point we want to stress is that don't keep quiet, because if you keep quiet, it festers. Don't keep quiet. If you know you are right and you are correct, that you have been unduly delayed, but don't keep quiet. Shout so that we can hear and say, come on, in the shout. Let's go to his rescue. Because once that is done, we're encouraging trade, we're creating production in the country, and once you are happy, we are also happy. Once we are happy, everybody in the economy is happy, because the economy will be growing, and the huge amount you pay as excise duty, no one say anything to make it to reduce. It is also in our interest that your goods are cleared in time, the cost of production and time in the port is reduced, so that the costs, the final cost of production, so will also come down for our people, and of course that was better for our country. So on that line, we are also on the same page. So please don't keep quiet, shout to us so that we can look at it and tell you whether you're right or you are wrong.
You are watching the program Customs Report. The management of Nigerian Customs Service has said that the recent recruitment exercise on the internet is false. The spokesman of Nigerian Customs Service has this to say.
The first question is whether customs is recruiting, whether it is true or not. Yeah, Nigerian Customs Service, we are also surprised recently, specifically last week. We saw a number of adverts that surfaced in the social media, particularly WhatsApp platform, saying that Nigerian Customs Service is recruiting. Let us state categorically, clearly, that that advert, was a scam advert from fraudsters who deliberately reproduced adverts that we used for previous recruitment exercise in the customs. So the truth is that Nigeria Customs Service currently is not recruiting, and it was not customs, Nigeria Customs, that put up those ads that was circulated freely on social media platform, Facebook and WhatsApp specifically. So it is not true that Nigeria Customs Service is recruiting, and it is quite understandable that job seekers, having heard that it is a season of recruitment by the federal government, the job placement that is on for a number of school leavers, the police recruitment and all of that. But it is not yet time for customs. Customs is still doing a number of reforms to ensure that we get things right, and the recruitment is one of those things, one of those areas that we are trying to reorganize, such that when we eventually want to do it, we will do it in an acceptable way and manner that would make it easy and facilitate the recruitment of the best and the brightest of Nigerian graduates and non-graduates alike. What are we doing to protect Nigerians or desperate job seekers? I would say what we are doing is to constantly monitor the social media itself, because we have come to realize that these job seekers are mostly vulnerable using the social media. Times in the past, we have used the traditional media to bring up these messages. We did adverts in the newspapers and TV, but we have discovered that these people are more vulnerable using this through the social media platforms. And so this is what we also used to let Nigerians know that we were not recruiting. We have a very active Facebook account, www.facebook.com/customsng. We also went on WhatsApp, and we use other social media to not only to let Nigerians know that we were not doing recruitment, but also to expose those that our investigations reveal are behind some of these antics. So one of the other things that we're doing is, through the social media, is to let the potential victims know that they are the best line of defense. Because if you are aware, if you already know ab initio that these people on social media are fake and they are scam, you are not likely going to fall into the antics. So we are trying to strengthen our presence on the social media. We're also trying to strengthen our platform to ensure that it will pass all forms of integrity tests and stress tests by ensuring that they do not succeed in hacking into our system and that they do not succeed in registering any platform that is close to ours. The website, the customs website, is hosted on the .gov domain, .gov.ng domain. So anything that is seen outside that kind of domain is expectedly to be fake. So we are not going to put up any information or any advert on any other domain apart from the .gov.ng domain, which is the official web domain of the federal government of Nigeria. And what have we done? We have launched a massive investigation, apart from just putting out information to the public to let them know that we are not recruiting. We have launched a massive investigation into this. We have asked officers and agents to pose as job seekers, and they have approached these people, and we, as we speak, we have 12 of them arrested. Just behind me is our cell. We have about 4 of them now who are still in cell because they've not found anybody to help them to meet the bail conditions. The other 8 are currently on bail, and our legal units are collaborating with the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation to ensure that they are duly prosecuted. One message I would like to say to Nigeria is that it is really worrisome to know that most of the people behind these syndicates of fake job, fake recruitment, fake options are actually not educated. They just get smart and they get online and they try to exploit the desperation of some of these people to dupe them. So I am worried that job seekers, graduates who have gone to school are the people who are being duped by supposedly people that are unintelligent. Supposedly one of the people that we actually arrested is a physically handicapped person. And so I would like to appeal to our people. You must be smart and try to stay ahead of these people who are taking advantage of your situations. And I give you 1 or 2 clues. One, once you get into any situation where somebody is trying to ask you to pay for a recruitment form, to pay for application, to pay for email services that they are going to notify you about interview and things like that, you must raise a little bit of alert in your mind that perhaps you are dealing with some scam. Secondly, if some people ask you to pay into personal accounts, if you are dealing with the customs and you need to make payment for anything, payment should be done or made into an official account so designated. For this reason, we have TSA all over the places. So if somebody is asking you to make a payment into a personal account so that you can get customs job, then you must know that there's something wrong. So, and I urge you to subject such a person to critical questioning so that you will not be duped. And then one other aspect of this whole scam business is that everything they want to do, they will ask you to send messages, they ask you to send email addresses and all that. Is there anything wrong in meeting somebody who is assisting you? So they rarely make this happen because they operate in the dark. They don't want to create any platform for you to meet physically. If somebody is assisting you to get a job, I don't think there's anything wrong in insisting that you wanted to know the person, know the family, know the house, know his residence, so that if anything happens, you'll be able to fall, you have something to hold. Most of the situations that we have had to deal with, particularly the case of the handicapped person that asked 12 people to move from Taraba to Bayelsa to go and do a non-existent customs interview. They never met him, and there has been correspondences between them for about 3-4 months before he asked them to pay various sums of money, and then after collection of monies, he asked them to go to Bayelsa for an interview that never was. So, you know, if people want to assist you, it's, you know, it's African for you to say, yes, thank you very much. Is it possible for me to come and see you, to come and thank you, and stuff like that? So we have been able to identify this major trend. Number one, they will ask you to pay into a personal account. Number two, they will rarely agree to meet you in person. And number three, you just know that along the line, even if they start with email address, they will always end up, you know, they will always establish a point of payment along the line. Even if everything they do is online, they would get to a point where they will ask you to make certain payments into a bank, usually a private bank account. So I need our job seekers to also, you know, as we in our parlance, to shine their eyes so that this never do wells, this, you know, fraudsters will not take them for a ride again.
The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service, who was recently in Sokoto, also visited some traditional rulers. He speaks more on a number of issues.
Okay. And most importantly, because we are out in order to sensitize our people, visit our locations, see the conditions under where our people operate. And doing that, we also feel it's necessary, it's customary, traditionally part of us. That is the reason why we decided to disturb your morning today, in order to let you know that we're here. We're here to visit with you. We're also here to visit with our people. And also, most importantly, we're visiting the secondary school to sensitize our young ones on some of these regulations that we operate and the need for them to understand and begin to inculcate that habit of abiding by laws and regulations of this regulation. That is the only way we can make success. Anywhere, any country that does not have law and order, there's no chances of surviving, there's no chances of law and order. Where there's anarchy, there can never be peace. Where there's anarchy, there can never be progress. So in this case, we are here to cement our relationship. I request from you, Your Royal Highness, and your institution, please give us the support that we require. We need to work with you very closely so that we can stem out some of these vices we see around the borders. Smuggling, most importantly, very, very important. It's against the law, like I said in Hausa. It attracts about minimum of 5 years and above. So anybody that is caught and tried and found guilty will go to jail for 5 years. And we don't want as custom officers to be sending people. We would love to work with people for them. So in essence, why we were here to sensitize people, to plead with them, that it is time for us to begin to do the right thing. In the past, probably we have been doing so. So this is the essence of the change of this administration. We need to change our ways of doing this. We need to abide by our laws. We need to follow regulations. If we do that, we're now working towards progress. We are working towards a better Nigeria. And I'm sure by God's grace, we live in Nigeria that our children will be proud of us. And in a nutshell, I would want to also take this opportunity to thank you most profoundly for giving us this opportunity. I know it's difficult, especially during the fasting period. So we go to bed very late, we probably will get up about 2 to pray. And then by the time you take your school, you need to rest. But I know that we have really infused on your privacy. So I wish to thank you very much and appreciate this honor done to us. Thank you once again.
The Controller General of Nigerian Customs Service and members also visited the Sultan of Sokoto, who also addressed men of the Nigerian Customs Service.
It's an opportunity for us to publicly make this request to our authorities to reconsider this issue of closing land borders and stopping the importation of rice into our country, because there is no food in our countries now.
The Controller General of Customs has this to say after the address by the Sultan of Sokoto.
We are here to thank you and thank all the people of Sokoto State for keeping calm and bearing with us. We want to take this opportunity to condole you, through you, to the people of Godaba and the parents of this young man that lost his life. Every single life is very important to us. We felt very bad that it did happen because of our duty. We, of course, make sure that in line of our duty, we do not at any point in time injure or create hindrance to any life or any property. Having said that, Your Eminence, we also want to take the opportunity of being in your palace this afternoon to also tell you that we want to visit with our people and reiterate the same message we have been reiterating, in the sense that we want them to make sure that they comply with the laws governing our operations. And in addition to that, we want to also appeal to our stakeholders who are traders that compliance is key to our success. Compliance is key to the progress of this nation. Our job as custom officers is to enforce those laws that govern trade between us within the country and between us within the other countries.
Just before round of this week edition of the program, Customs Reports, we brought you a report on Nigerian Customs Service, where they are appealing to smaller and bigger companies operating in the Western Zone to pay their custom duty. According to them, payment of custom duty will enhance the economic advancements of the country. For me, Igeseme Etienne, thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching Custom Reports TV. Do not forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video.